Hey, welcome to Podcast from the Pit, and this is Cobra Convergence 8. Hey,
Yes.
how are you guys doing?
Good.
Doing good.
All right. There'll probably be a fourth guest. My dog's a little whiny, so you're going to hear her, but she's like a 15-year-old Dachshund, so she's earned the right.
Yep.
So we know the theme for Cobra Convergence 8 is loosely who could take over Cobra. And we figured there's so many great YouTube podcasts and, everybody who's a part of Cobra Convergence 8 is going to have great ideas that we're probably not going to top. So we decided what we're going to do is celebrate the mind behind Cobra Convergence.
Yes.
And each one of us picked out 3 of either our favorite videos of HCC 788 or personal interactions or a mixture of both. But we're going to have 3 examples of, just celebrate Brian as, he retires from YouTube. Just so you will be missed, Brian. Don't be a stranger just because you're not doing G.I. Joe content. Still reach out. Want to make sure you're doing all right. But we will start with we will start with any kind of I didn't get anything. Did you guys pick up anything? Because I know we always talk about that.
Nothing in hand.
Okay, did you order something? Because that's almost as exciting as getting something.
I pre-ordered the Joy Toy Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
The 1/18 scale.
Of course. Yeah.
They look good.
I only have one Joy Toy figure. It is an Army Ranger, but it is amazing.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people say they're kind of they don't stay together well, but he's hit the ground a few times and he's still rock solid. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got one of the U.S. Navy SEALs. I know there's several of them. I think it's the sniper.
Yeah, my Ranger's a sniper. Maybe I just like snipers. I don't know. But
yeah,
no pre-orders.
While I was doing the pre-order, or I guess I should say when I found them, you can't get it. I couldn't get them from the Joy Toy website because they don't ship to the U.S.
They're,
At least that's the message I got when I tried to order it. So I don't know if it's the same situation with Hiya or not.
I don't know.
Like every time I've tried to order from Hiya, when I put my address in, it says it doesn't deliver.
right. Yeah. Hiya. Only place I've seen like the Hiya G.I. Joes is on a site called smalljoes.com. They'll have them. They have a lot of the Joy Toy figures also. So
I have to check that out. But I believe I got my Joy Toy off of Amazon. That's how I got him. And I did pre-order the Hiya Daryl Dixon 1/18 scale. I still love Walking Dead. I don't care. I always love Walking Dead. So if you guys want, this will be a shorter episode, kind of like back to the early days of Podcast from the Pit. Yeah. we drop a list and we're out. So let's go Eric, Matt, Casey.
Okay. Well,
number 3, please.
My number 3 of my favorite videos that he's done is the 1984 Shark and Deep Six. The thing that caught my eye whenever I first started watching his videos is the passion he would put into his intros and how fired up he would be. And the Shark was one of my favorite vehicles growing up. Even Deep Six, I didn't use him a lot, but yeah, that's my number 3. So
Did it make you want to go out and buy the Deep Six and Shark?
I already have them.
Nice. Yeah.
So, but watching it again, I was like, man, this is so cool. And he does such a great job. So, I mean, it's kind of like picking your favorite child. How do you want to do it?
Well, the
I mean,
one that
for
gives
me,
you the
it's
best Father's Day gifts, of course.
well, in that case, I don't have any favorite children. Then again, I don't have no children.
Then that's
Well,
a
you
good
know,
pick.
on the I don't do much on YouTube. I'll pop on a little bit, watch a little bit here and there, even though we do a YouTube show.
Yeah.
But so I don't really have any videos per se. I will have a little bit, but anyways, well, number 3 is going to be when we got to. I think we meet him for was it the second time in Winterfest, or was that the third time we met him?
Third time, yes, third time.
And it just somebody that drives, not flew,
Yeah.
drives that far, and then
Yeah.
even if he's wore out and tired, you get the chance to sit there and talk to him, and especially with the group of people we had there. That kind of means more to me than necessarily the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But and I know we're going to harp on this a lot, but you can't take away anything that he's done for the community as a whole. And
No.
No, definitely. To me, interactions, especially positive interactions, are always going to mean more to me. His videos are amazing. His live streams were always fun. But meeting him in person is, you're right. He has that energy to him, and you can tell it's not fake. He's a very genuine person. And I think, I hate seeing him retire, but I mean, honestly, if you don't feel that drive to want to make content, he's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So that's 2 really, really good ones. My number 3, and I cannot thank him enough for this, is how to assemble the flag. His video, step by step, of putting the USS flag together, got me through it. And I've had to move my flag a couple times now, and I still watch it every time so I don't mess it up. It was very insightful, great tips to it, and I don't know, I felt like a real flag owner when I was putting it together.
Yeah.
Well,
I can imagine.
I think what helped with that video and some of the videos that I have seen that he's done is I'm sure there's more out there, but there's only a handful of people out there that just have, or I should say, retain the knowledge that he retains.
Yes.
And that really comes through on stuff like that, and when he does his videos.
Yeah, he puts a lot into his videos. I mean, I guess that's why I'm kind of a lazy host. I don't put a lot of research into stuff. But you could tell, I mean, he's not going to talk about it unless he knows about it.
Right.
I'll wing it.
And he wouldn't do a review on something that he didn't have 100% complete.
Right. And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go to our number 2 round. Hillbilly Harper, what you got?
Well, you stole my number 2, so I'm going to change it up. Since I'm not a flag owner, I'm going to go with my first meeting with him, which was at Winterfest this past Winterfest. I was walking through the show, and I knew he was going to be there, so I was kind of watching. and I see him, and I stop and I go, "Commander, my commander," and he's like, "Where?" But I was so excited to get to meet him, and I probably come off as a fanboy or whatever, but I was just so excited because he brought the actual love back for me of GI Joe. I had a few whenever I was collecting other stuff. I would see stuff that I liked, I'd pick it up, but he's the one that really like drove it home. Uh, so yeah, that was it, and I know he he's in my house. He at the time he was in my house all the time, but he didn't know me. So I know for him, yeah, it's probably weird. Some big hillbilly coming at him and you're like, Commander, and but I was excited, and it showed. I was
Oh, yeah.
excited, and
He's
just
so
getting to
down to earth.
yeah, and just getting to talk to him, that meant a lot to me. So
Yeah, yeah, that was great. I love that interaction. I was glad we was there
yeah,
for it.
yeah, me too.
Well, for my number two, I guess I'll go into the being unprepared. So one of the times we met him was at a Winterfest, or not Winterfest, Joe Fest, and we were going to do a Cobra Convergence. What was it, last year? 7?
Yes.
It all runs together. I think it was, but uh, we kind of ran into him up at for those who've been to Joe Fest, up there at the room where they do a lot of the panels. It was just random. We had kind of mentioned it with him earlier. We kind of run into him. He's like, "Well, I want to do like a quick short promo video or something." So we just kind of run into him, and he's like, "All right, we're going to do this. We're going to get it done now."
Yeah.
And it was kind of like a mini interview, quick video, but it was just kind of fun. Just
Oh, so fun.
as I said, just the interactions with him, and it was just fun to do it real quick. It was kind of expected, but unexpected,
Right.
Yeah,
and I feel like we all had fun with it.
Spoilers, that's my number two as well. So I'll keep talking on this one. Uh, we met his girlfriend Marianne. She was gracious enough to film it for us. Super sweet. She's awesome. But Brian has the ability to take a very small show like ours. We're a niche show. I know that. We're grateful for every subscriber we have, everyone who likes, everyone who watches.
Yeah.
We're grateful for you. But he has the ability to make us feel this, so much bigger when he's talking to us.
yeah,
He's
Yep.
so generous with his time,
yep,
with his praise. Uh, I can't say enough nice things about him and what he does for the community.
right.
He will be very missed, but like I said, he might not do content, but I hope he's not a stranger.
Yep.
Yeah,
So yes, that little interview was number two for me.
It was, yeah. I mean, it was just we kind of wung it. It was, but it was fun, and to get to your point, especially last year, I feel like I had the sense, and maybe this year too, because I didn't really get to see much, but he goes and he's all in, and it feel like he's getting dragged everywhere and always busy, and
yeah,
when he could have been, going onto the show floor, either looking to buy something or go talk to somebody else, he just stopped and took the time
yep,
to do that with us when he didn't really have to. He chose to. He wanted to.
Yep. Yeah, it was a special highlight of
yeah.
that Joe Fest for me, and I know you, because I texted my wife after that. I was like, HCC just interviewed us, and she's like, what? But yeah, it was so fun. Mr. Harper, number 3, or number 1. I'm sorry, we're going the right way.
Yes. So my number one is I'm big on nostalgia and personal stuff, stories.
Yep.
And I was going through trying to figure out what my favorite video he's done was. And then I come across opening the toy box or the toolbox. He had this old beaten up toolbox that he had his last remnants of his childhood Joes in. And he opened it up. He said, I don't know, I don't remember how many years he said it had been since it had been opened last. And he opens this thing up and he starts going through it and he's telling stories about it. And that just, that got me right here. And I love hearing personal, like, stories about how stuff made you feel as a kid and what your favorite was and what you was thinking whenever you was putting this together or whatever. So that
Yeah.
is my number one.
Honestly, I mean, as adult toy collectors to go back and get toys we had as a kid, nostalgia
Yeah.
is the big thing.
Yeah.
You know, we adult all week. We work, we,
Yep.
you know, take care of our families. It's nice to just come and open a toy, you know, get that feeling again to where I don't
Yeah.
have to go out and pay bills. I'm just opening my toys. So yeah,
Yep.
I mean, he's always had that ability to make me feel like a kid when he's showing us videos like that.
Yeah.
Well, my number one wouldn't necessarily be, I guess, a interaction or a video, but the same Joe Fest last year when we did the interview with him. Now, I don't know if a lot of people talk about this. Uh, before we get to that, a lot of people know that one of my top favorite Joes is Shipwreck. And the one thing, some people may know this, maybe more than I think do, but in his own way, I mean, he's actually a pretty good artist.
Oh yeah,
And it was that same Joe Fest. He was there. He had a booth, and he had a Shipwreck, and he drew that up for me. So I appreciated it. And, it's a really good one. I got it framed. Uh, that that probably means the most to me was that Shipwreck.
Yeah.
yeah. I know the Joe Fest is running together, but it was actually the year before that.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, the excitement at being there. Sometimes the years bleed into the next, especially
Yeah.
when we're seeing the same friends that we see. You know, but yeah, because my number one, and I met him for the first time at that Joe Fest that we were talking about. So 3 years ago now. We've had some interaction online, you because love his show, and I finally got to meet him. Super excited to meet him. He had his booth up. I was looking through a lot of great pictures, and I was looking for an Airborne because anybody knows me knows Airborne's my favorite, and he didn't have one. But he said, "Hey, come back tomorrow. I'll draw one tonight." Which, I don't know if you've been to Joe Fest nights go late.
Yeah.
So I thought, wow, he's gonna, draw me one tonight. And that's just amazing that he'll take that time out of his schedule.
Yeah.
But and then he was only selling them, I think what were they, $10, $15 a piece? He was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't very
So
much.
he's not uh totally worth it. Worth more than that, honestly. Just I'm gonna show you the picture he drew for me. Let me bring it up here.
Wow, that's great.
He did this that night. And he put 2 Casey, thanks for everything. Brian HCC, Joe Fest 2022.
Nice.
And gave it to me. Wouldn't take money for it. Even though I offered to pay, he said he would not take money for it. Meant the world to me. It will always mean the world to me. I can't, Brian, I hope you watch this. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us. Not just Podcast from the Pit, which you've done a lot for us.
Yeah.
But just us as a whole. This community would not be what it is without you.
Right. He brought the community together.
Yes.
He's the godfather of the community.
I always tell people that the godfathers of G.I. Joe are HCC and Joe Burke. Because when me and Matt decided to get into G.I. Joe again, I think it was 19. Was it 2019? 20 at the latest.
Yeah, I think so. Because it was right before COVID.
Right. Because I remember we were actually shopping during COVID, so hardly anybody was at stores, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Because it was early on. It was before they started doing the mask mandates and making everybody stay home.
Yeah.
So we were going out all the time, and I would discover somebody, and I would tell Matt. He's like, "Hey, I found G.I. Joe Berg. Check these guys out. It was awesome." So many great shows, and thankfully, so many are still going.
Yeah.
What's on Joe Mind? Love that. And it's just, you pick up so many just great people, but leading the way is HCC 788.
Yep.
So I know this is not the subject matter for Cobra Convergence 8, but this is what we wanted to talk about. So I hope everybody enjoyed this episode. Any final words, guys? Because, I'm good.
Just remember.
If anybody hadn't checked it out, they should check out the episode you were also on with Chaplin's Assistant Motorpod.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Been spending a lot of time on the podcast, Chaplin's Assistant Motorpod, with host Gary.
Since ours is going up well after, I'm going to give a spoiler alert to anybody. But one of my favorites made both lists, and that was Undertow.
Yes, mine was higher.
Yes.
Undertow was higher on mine.
So just remember, only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe.
There we go. Love it.
Isn't that how HCC would always end?
Yeah, I believe so. Like I said, we could talk all day on all the great stuff he's done. But we just wanted to put out our top 3.
Yep.
Each, even though we did share one, Matt. But it was a fun one. I kind of knew it was going to hit your list too, because it was just after a panel we were at.
Yep.
And like I said, I hope Brian, if you watch this, I hope you continue to come to Joe Fest.
Yep.
Hope to see you at Winterfest or Kentuckiana sometime. Please don't be a stranger. You don't want to do content. I understand that if you don't have that passion for it, but remember, you're still a friend.
Yep.
And we care. So, with all that being said, I will say thank you for watching. If you could, if you're not already subscribed to us, please subscribe. We're on our way to 200 subs. I know that's not a lot, but for us, it's everything.
Yep.
We are working hard for it. If you ever want to talk Joe, or I'll talk Motu with you.
Yeah.
Matt will talk
even
with you.
I'll talk about anything with you, even Delta 17.
I will always talk about Delta 17.
I'll even talk about Skeletron.
You know what? When I get my Robo Skull in hand, I can't wait.
Yep.
Matt will probably have to come over and help me put together though. My eyes are shot. But everybody, please take care. Be safe. That's about all I got.
Yeah.
Any last words?
We appreciate everybody and
Yeah.
take care out there.
Remember, only G.I. Joe is G.I. Joe.
Take care, everybody.